Okay, so today we're going to be making some snowflakes with the focus of pattern, shape, and symmetry. Okay, so if we have a close look at this one, which hasn't been coloured in, you can see that there are clear fold lines, and when we fold it, it is even all the way around. Okay, so that tells you that it is symmetrical, which means that it is the same on both sides. No matter which way we fold this snowflake, it is symmetrical. Here you can see that there are shapes that have been cut out and they are creating patterns. So this is a diamond, circle, square, rectangle, oval, diamond, diamond, circle, square, rectangle, oval, diamond. Okay, and the pattern is the same all the way around. And with this one here, we have the shapes creating pattern, but we also have a pattern with warm and cool colours. So warm colours are in every second wedge, and the cool colours are in the middle. Okay, so let me show you how to do it. For this activity, you will need a pencil, an eraser, a ruler, and a pair of scissors, and some recycled paper. To start with, to make a hexagon, we fold the piece of paper in half. Now it's important that we get our corners lined up very, very neatly and very accurately. We hold them together with one hand and then push towards the folded edge with either our thumbs or our other hand. Okay, why it is important to hold the edge is that stops the paper from moving, which can often cause us to go from having a very well aligned piece of paper to it being out of alignment. So we've got a large rectangle and we fold it across again into a smaller rectangle, again holding the edge and pressing towards the folded edge. And to make the edges very, very crisp, you can just use your fingernail and run it along the edge of the paper, the folded edge. So we get a nice crisp fold. Okay, now from this point, you want to bring the folded corner towards yourself. Okay, and have the piece of paper in front of you with the open bits away. We are going to fold this rectangle into thirds from this corner. So what we do is we bring it up. It's kind of like making it into an ice cream cone, wrapping them around, keeping the corner together until we feel that you can see that it's all in alignment. And then when it's in alignment and even, then you press down and run your fingernails along those folded edges. Now we actually want this short folded piece to be on the outside. So if you haven't done that, you can just then swap it over. So then it becomes a squashed waffle cone. Okay, from the squashed waffle cone, we then just cut off that long edge there. To check that you have folded it accurately, you open it up and check if these folds are going down to the point. If they're a little bit wonky, then it just means you need to adjust your folding a little bit, pull the paper around, push it around until it is more even and all of the folds are going down to the point. In that way, all of your lines of symmetry will be transecting the center of your hexagon. And there we have it. When we open this up, we have a hexagon with 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. these folds create the lines of symmetry. So if we get the ruler and we follow across one of the fold lines from the corner to the corner, you'll see that it transects the center and it is a line of symmetry. So when you draw it and then you fold along that line, you will find that both sides of the piece of paper are the same. Do that for all of the folds. And so we can experiment by folding and checking our lines of symmetry. Okay, so what we're going to do from this point is we are going to colour in our wedges with coloured pencils, textures, whatever you have available. Thinking about making a pattern, pink coming up from the centre on every second wedge. Pattern is when you repeat something over and over again. Okay, so there we have my warm colour sections, and now I'm going to do cool colours in the middle here. Okay, so here's my coloured in hexagon. I've got a pattern being made with warm colours, which are all the colours of fire and the sun, and cool colours, which are all the colours that you find in the ocean, in water, or in forests. Okay, so warm colours and cool colours. They're opposite on the colour spectrum. Okay, I've also added a few little shapes in the middle here. I've got some diamonds and some circles. I'm going to fold my hexagon following the lines of symmetry. It's all neatly lined up. Then I'm going to draw in a pattern along the folded edges. So I've actually made sure that I've got the folded edges all in there, and I'm going to make a pattern. So coming from the center, just in from the very tip, I'm going to take a triangle. So I'm going to draw a triangle along that edge. Then I'm going to do a half circle. Then I'm going to do a square. Then I'm going to do the triangle again. Okay, now we go along the other folded edge. So we've got the folded edges together, remember? Okay, and along the other folded edge, I'm going to do it again. And then along this bit here, I'm going to do a big isosceles triangle. Okay, so there you can see along my folded edges, I've got shape patterns, triangle, half circle, square, which actually looks like a rectangle, triangle, half circle, rectangle. And on this side, I've got half circle, triangle, half circle, and in the middle, a isosceles triangle. Okay, I'm going to cut those shapes out. So we need to hold the paper carefully together. And when you're cutting, remember that it's very important to keep an eye where the blades are coming together. And looking down from above, you can actually see where the blades get to the tip of the drawn shape. Okay, so when they have actually the cross section there actually reaches that point, and that's where you stop cutting. So you don't keep snipping. You release, come in the other side, cutting along until you get to that point where you can see the blades have got to where the tip of the drawing was. You stop, you remove your scissors, and then you can pull out the parts that were in there. And we do the same here. We go following the line in, stopping, turning the paper, following the line in, stopping, removing the piece. You never want to be just snipping the whole scissors shut, okay? The best part of the scissors for cutting is this part up the top. And so that's why you get the paper right up into that top bit, and that's where you cut from. You have most control if you cut this way. Turning when you're doing any sort of circular shape, you just keep the paper moving around. Keep turning it. Okay, so there we are. I have cut out all my shapes. Looks a little bit like a mouse has been having a nibble. I'm now going to open it up and have a look at my beautiful rainbow snowflake. And they are creating a pattern. Circle, circle, triangle, circle, circle.